Welcome back, everybody. We're diving into the Dallas Cowboys coaching changes and what it all means moving forward. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these deep dives. We'll be breaking down Brian Schottenheimer coming in as head coach, and of course, all those coaching spots that need to be filled. That defensive coordinator position is a big one. A very familiar name comes to mind, Matt Eberflus.
Schottenheimer's offensive background makes him a really interesting choice for the 10th head coach in Cowboys history. He's got some big shoes to fill, and some key staff members are already gone. John Fassel, Raina Stewart, Robert Prince, and Al Harris. The defensive coordinator position is definitely the biggest question mark right now.
It's really interesting that Eberflus is the rumored frontrunner for that defensive coordinator spot. He's spent time in Dallas before. From 2011 to 2017, he was there as linebackers coach and moved up to passing game coordinator. Then he became the defensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts.
And let's not forget about his time with the Chicago Bears as head coach. His record wasn't great, finishing at 14-32. But think about it. Even with a struggling team, that head coaching experience has given him a wider perspective on the game, something he can bring back to Dallas.
That's a good point. Being a head coach gives you such a unique understanding of the entire organization, the inner workings, the pressures, all the decision-making processes. I think that could be really valuable for the Cowboys.
Especially when you consider his success as a defensive coordinator. His defenses were consistently ranked in the top half of the league in yards allowed, and they were known for generating turnovers. For 6 out of his 7 seasons, his defenses were in the top 10 for takeaways.
That's the kind of defensive power that could really change things for the Cowboys. They've been so inconsistent on defense, so you can see why Eberflus possibly coming back is generating a lot of buzz.
It'll be interesting to see how his defensive philosophy, which really focuses on discipline, relentless effort, and creating those turnovers, meshes with the current Cowboys roster. All that emphasis on tackling fundamentals and a swarming style of defense could be just what they need.
There's also the question of how Schottenheimer will fill those other coaching spots. He might go with an offensive coordinator, just like he was under Mike McCarthy. But those NFL rules regarding lateral moves could get in the way.
There's always promoting from within the existing coaching staff. That would mean continuity and using that existing knowledge of the team. Schottenheimer will likely also use his connections in the league to fill these important roles.
For sure, he'll want coaches who are on the same page as him and can build a strong, cohesive team. Decisions made in these next few months are crucial.
Absolutely. And the question everyone's asking, will Eberflus coming back be enough to turn that Cowboys defense around and lead them to a winning 2025 season?
That's the big question. But we're just getting started. We have a lot more to discuss.
Let's really dig into what Eberflus could bring if he does come back to Dallas as defensive coordinator.
His defenses in Indianapolis were always top ranked, and he really made a difference when he got to Chicago, turned that Bears defense around.
Think about 2018 when he took over the Colts defense. They finished 10th in yards allowed and 11th in points allowed. A huge improvement from the year before.
And they did that without a roster full of superstars.
Right. That really shows you how good he is at making the most of the talent he's got, creating a unit that's better than the individuals.
It's not all about stats, though. It's the attitude he brings.
Exactly. He's known for demanding accountability, discipline, but he also creates a positive environment. He pushes his players, but supports them.
That leadership can really spread, have a big impact on the whole defense, especially for a team like the Cowboys, where the expectations are always so high.
And think about this. Eberflus already understands the Cowboys organization, the culture. He was part of that coaching staff for 7 years.
That means he can start right away, build those relationships with the players and the other coaches.
No learning curve for him, which is so important when you're putting in a new defense and trying to create a winning atmosphere.
We should also think about how this could affect the players.
Having a coach who knows the system, understands what's expected, and gives them confidence can make all the difference on the field.
Eberflus has shown he can connect with players and get them to buy into his system, and he gets results. That's what matters in the NFL.
But success in the NFL isn't just about one person. It takes everyone working together. Schottenheimer's leadership and how the coaching staff works together will be really important.
You're right. Schottenheimer's offensive background could also shake things up. It'll be interesting to see how his offensive philosophy fits with the Cowboys' current roster.
He might prefer a more balanced attack, using both the run and the pass effectively. That could really play to the strengths of guys like Tony Pollard and CeeDee Lamb.
And if they can get a strong offense going, one that can control the clock and put up points, it takes some of the pressure off the defense, creates more opportunities for the whole team.
The Cowboys already have a lot to work with. A talented quarterback and a dynamic group of players.
If Schottenheimer can create a system where they can reach their full potential, the Cowboys could be a real contender next season.
This offseason is huge for them. They have to fill those coaching spots, make smart moves with the roster, and keep building on what they've started with these first coaching changes.
There's a lot of optimism around the Cowboys right now. It feels like they're on the verge of something big, but the NFL is unpredictable.
It's a league where the little things matter. The Cowboys will need to be sharp, disciplined, and focused to reach their goal, a Super Bowl win.
We've talked about the possible impact of these coaching changes, but there's always more to consider. Things change all the time in the NFL. New challenges, new opportunities. It goes beyond just those big positions like head coach and coordinators.
You're absolutely right. A successful NFL team needs so many things to go right. Coaching is just one part of it.
The Cowboys have some tough choices ahead of them when it comes to the roster. Free agency and the draft are chances to fix those weaker areas and build up depth.
They need to really look at their players, see which free agents would be a good fit, and they need to scout those college players who align with their goals.
The draft is really important for getting that young talent and setting themselves up for the future.
Finding those hidden gems, players maybe other teams missed, the ones who could become stars, that can change everything.
And we can't forget about building a local culture.
Exactly. That starts from the top. The owner, the general manager, the coaches.
They have to set clear expectations, hold everyone accountable, and create an environment where players are motivated to give it their all.
It's about building a team that's not just talented, but united. A team that's resilient and driven to win.
The Cowboys fans are loyal and passionate. They're ready for a championship.
They've been through years of frustration, but they haven't given up on the team.
The Cowboys are a historic franchise. They have a legacy of greatness.
They've had their ups and downs, but they're always striving to get back to the top of the NFL.
The upcoming season looks really promising for the Cowboys.
A new head coach, maybe a completely new defense, a talented roster. They have what it takes to succeed.
It's a time of change and opportunity. It's like a new chapter in Cowboys history.
Whether they can take advantage of that opportunity and reach their potential, that's still to be seen.
One thing's for sure, the Cowboys are definitely a team to watch next season.
It's going to be an exciting journey, full of drama, hopefully a triumphant one in the end.
We've covered a lot today. The Cowboys coaching shakeup, the possibility of Matt Eberflus coming back, and all the important choices ahead of them.
The Cowboys are changing, but they're heading in the right direction. They have everything they need to make a real run at a championship.
We'll be keeping a close eye on their progress and giving you all the insights and analysis along the way.
The NFL season is almost here, and we can't wait to see what happens. The Cowboys have high expectations, and it'll be interesting to see if they can live up to the hype.
Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this in-depth look at the Dallas Cowboys. We'll be back soon with more deep dives into the world of sports. Until then, keep the conversation going in the comments below.